Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Muscatine Today Show. I am glad that you guys are joining me, despite what looks like snow falling from the sky. This morning when I was trying to get Hanley out of bed, I said, come on, it's snowing outside. And she's like, I'm definitely not getting up now. And I'm like, girl, I get you. It's supposed to be spring. But needless to say, I am happy that you guys are joining us on the show today. We have some great guests lined up for you and a lot to talk about. We missed Wellness Wednesday Live. My dog hurt his leg.
Way to go.
I swear.
Way to go.
I think, I legit need to figure this out. My dog has, dogs, I shouldn't just put it on one of them, but have cost me in vet bills. They are accident prone this year. It's bad. It's very bad. And I've spent a lot of time at the vet. But he's doing better. They do. Yeah. They do. I love them, even though it's a little bit of a love-hate relationship some days.
Love-hate. Depends on the day.
But we're gonna have wellness on Thursday.
Hey.
So we'll have wellness after this. But to start off, though, I want to say thank you to all of our awesome sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't have the show, and it's so important to have them on board. And they literally do this. They are sponsors of the show because they believe in our community. They want to highlight the great things that are going on in the community, and that's pretty cool. So thank you so much to Muscatine Power and Water, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Impact Blood Center, Lutheran Living, our friends at Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Toyota of Muscatine, Becky Insurance and Financial Services, Suntan City Muscatine, also Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine, our new sponsor Harper Cycling and Fitness, and of course Hy-Vee. I am going to start off with Brandon here. So was it last spring, summer that you came and?
I think it was last spring.
And did my house.
Yep.
So I was thinking about this, we were thinking about spring cleaning, until it started snowing.
Till today. Put it off.
But spring cleaning, I'm starting to see those citywide yard sales pop up, and we're all thinking about cleaning out our houses, getting ready for nice weather and all of that stuff. And part of that's getting some of that grime, not only off our houses, but off our cars, all the salt and crap,
cars,
the
driveways,
kids, everything. Yes, all of it.
Everything looks nasty now.
It does look nasty. And so you do all of that with your business. So tell us a little bit about your business, introduce yourself, all of that fun stuff.
So we are EIPW LLC, which is our home, our parent company or whatever that we have. We also own, underneath that name, Fat Cat Detail and Appearance, which a lot of people are knowing now. And Eastern Iowa Power Washers, which has been around for
quite a while.
Basically making a parent company that can clean your car, your house. We clean all the stuff you don't want to. That's kind of what it boils down to.
Okay.
At your house, we did your house, your sidewalk, your driveway, your gazebo in the back. And then we can do your car, everything from a $25 hand wash and dry and some tire shine on it to full paint correction and ceramic coatings.
Awesome.
So it's it's a little bit of everything.
Very cool. Well, so when is it time to start thinking about scheduling those, the power washing and stuff? Because you have to wait till it's kind of warm, right?
So we like to wait. Technically, you could do it now. But we like to wait until it hits 50 and it's constant through 50. That just makes the chemicals work a lot better. And that's kind of what we rely on. A lot of the pressure washer companies, they just use high pressure and they just blast everything off. Well, we use low pressure. That way we don't have any water that goes in behind your siding or anything like that, because all the pressure applications, when water gets in behind there, it causes more damage than it does any good. So we do that. Works anytime 50 degrees and up. And the time to schedule is right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to think ahead. So as you're cleaning out the inside of your house, getting ready for those yard sales, getting ready for all that stuff, schedule your cleaning for the outside of your house and get on the books.
Yes. You'll sell more at your yard sale if your house
if your house doesn't look all nasty.
Yep.
But I wanted to focus a little bit more on the car side of things. I was thinking about, just the other day, I was cleaning out the van, my granny vanny, and was like, oh my gosh, like the kids have been getting in and out of the car, with their nasty shoes on. Sometimes it's up on the seat. Yep. The white stuff's all over. That's dry, that dried salt that's kind of done their thing. Lots of times their little feet are up on the seats, and so all of the things. The prints all over the windows. Yep.
We can take care of all of that.
All of that. And plus, it's super bad, whether you have a new vehicle that's like super shiny and new, or you have a vehicle that's older, you still need to get that salt and crap off, right?
Yep. I'm actually in the process right now. I should have it finished up this week if I have time. I'm making an undercarriage wash that I can use and just kind of slide underneath cars.
Yeah.
That way it'll get all of that brine mixture and the salt and everything off.
Yep.
Because especially around here, that stuff eats your car up like that.
It eats it up, man. That's how you get rust and nastiness. So definitely something to look into, and those can be scheduled anytime because you have an awesome new spot. Well, it's not really new anymore, but new to some people if you don't go that way. They might not know about it. So tell us about your location and where you're at.
Our location's 1018 East 9th Street. It's actually, for anybody who's been around here, everybody knows it's the old Trio Body Shop.
Yep.
So I've got some signs up now that it's, I thought it was going to be nice out for a while. But now that it gets nice out again, I've got our Fat Cat signs that'll go up. So everybody will kind of know where it's at. We've got a couple detailing flags out there. So it's pretty hard to miss, really.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can, if you want to make an appointment and get in to kind of get, whether it's just to get that outside crap off, or if you want the full detail and all of the bells and whistles, you can call, right? You can message. How do we make an appointment? What's the best way?
So best way to do it, actually the best way is just to stop by the shop.
Okay.
Yep. If you
want, hey.
Yeah, if you want an actual detail, stop by, because a lot of other places they'll have like set prices. Oh, a car is this much, a truck is this much.
Yep.
Your minivan is this much. Well, your minivan's going to be a different condition.
It's a granny vanny.
Okay, sorry.
Minivan. I said I'd never own a van, but I do, and I actually like it.
Yeah, everybody ends up doing it.
I know.
Yeah.
So you have different prices depending on how disgusting my car is.
Yours will be different than somebody else's, sitting out in the parking lot.
Sure.
So, I like to stop by. I can take a look at it. I can tell you, because a lot of times if you've got like a detailing package, well, your van might not need this. Or it might need something else that's on a different one. So we like to kind of custom create things.
Sure.
That way everybody gets happy.
Yep.
You get exactly what you're looking for.
Sure.
And you don't end up paying for a whole bunch of stuff that you
don't even
didn't really need.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We do a lot of interior onlys, because especially right now, it's still kind of crappy outside.
It's like, what's the point of like paying for a really nice outside wash?
Yeah. So, a good wash outside and a wax, undercarriage wash, and then, a good cleaning on the inside.
Yeah.
One of the big things that we do that nobody else really does is actual CDC full disinfecting service that we offer, which is huge everywhere right now. So that's one other thing that we can do.
Awesome.
Even on just the basic details, I've got kind of a disinfectant spray. It's kind of a quick service. It's not the full, in-depth. Because our full in-depth involves steam and different cleaners and everything else.
Gotcha. Okay. So those services, depending on what you get, I could drop off my vehicle and then go to work for the day and come back later. I don't have to sit around and wait.
The only thing, I can usually have 90% of them done same day.
Yep.
The only thing I keep them overnight for is if I get into doing shampooing. I like to make sure it dries okay.
Sure.
Because your stain isn't just on the surface, it's in the foam that's in your seat pad.
Gotcha.
Well, you can clean the surface, and then overnight when it dries, that comes back out.
Gotcha.
So That way I've got time, I can hit it again real fast.
Yep.
If we need to, just to make sure. Because you don't want to pay for something and then the stain's still
Well,
there.
I'd be pretty mad. I'd be coming back in,
yeah.
ripping you one. No, just kidding. I probably wouldn't.
And nobody wants that.
No. Nobody wants
that.
Ashley to come in and be all like,
no.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, see your car pull up, lock the door.
So it's super exciting. You can kind of just take care of all of the stuff that we don't want to, like you said. And the best way to do that is either stop by, make those appointments for power washing now.
Yep.
Get on the books, even though we're not quite ready to do that, but
so,
you want to be prepared.
Yeah. Power washing, house washing, and driveways and sidewalks. Call.
Yep.
Get on the books now. Because even as the detail shop, I'm already booked out till I think my next available is like the 15th of April.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Definitely call and get in now.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's going to be a little while.
It's going to be a little while. Well, that's good news for you. I'm glad that things are booming as far as the business. But I was so happy with the job that you did at our house. I love having the gazebo. Like, it looked so different.
Yeah, that was pretty much night and day.
I know. It was awesome. Yeah. I'll have to post some pictures again. I posted pictures back when we did it, but it was amazing, like what could be done. So, I mean, like, definitely take advantage of it. It makes a huge difference. And
a lot of people don't realize how dirty stuff is.
I know.
Until I come clean a spot and they're like, ooh.
They're like, oh
okay.
gosh. So it's not supposed to be that color.
No, yeah.
My house isn't brown.
Not supposed to be half black?
Right,
no.
yeah, no. It did. It looked nice and fresh and new, and so make sure you give them a call and get that appointment scheduled to get that estimate and get on the books and ready. So
and we do free estimates. Doesn't cost me anything. I'll come out to your house, look at it.
Sweet.
If you've got something, I don't know if we can clean that. Well, I'll come tell you.
Yep. I love that. Yeah, I love that. So I appreciate you coming on today. I'm excited about your business, and I hope it keeps growing. I hope you get some calls. Chris is telling me we have to do what's in the box.
He's excited. I can see him. Yeah.
All right. I don't know exactly what's in here, so I don't know what's in here. But
just reach in. Or
so
what?
Toyota, what's in the box? So yeah, you have to reach in both sides, and then you pop open the doors so other people can see it. And I guess there you go. And it has something to do with the National Day. I know that.
Is it potato?
Come on, Chris. You have to make it more hard than this. I told him, we said he should have put a bunch of mashed potatoes in there.
Oh, yeah. That'd been way funner. Warm them up with like some butter so they squish real good.
Real good?
Yeah.
Real good. Yep. Next time, it's the mashed potato. Next time, you're getting a gross one.
Now you know.
He tries to be nice to the guests. I'm like, yeah, make it mashed potatoes.
Yeah, macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Just go grab some off the buffet over there. Stick it in.
Well, thanks again for coming on this morning and getting up and coming out here to visit with me, and for all the work that you do out in the community. I appreciate it. Making us look cleaner. Yep. We are going to go to a commercial and we'll be right back. Impact is here to hang out with me for a while since we had to miss Wellness Wednesday yesterday. They brought I see some big orange sticks. I think that maybe we're going to be doing some stretching, some stick mobility maybe. Or skiing. Skiing or hitting Chris over the head, it looks like maybe. I don't know. He's like, what just happened? So we'll be right back in just a second.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
Okay guys, we've been through a lot together. We all know sometimes it gets hard, but it's okay to not feel okay. You know what helps? A good book or going for a walk. Not now, Fred. But what really helps is to talk to someone. Because to take care of each other, you gotta take care of you. If you need to talk to someone, your doctor will listen. Unity Point Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we believe it's important to be strong supporters of our local community.
And that's why we donate thousands upon thousands of dollars to local Muscatine charities each year.
It's the reason why all of our employees are local to the area and have a vested interest in our community.
We value our customers, so when you shop here at Toyota of Muscatine, you'll be treated like family.
So remember, when you shop with Toyota of Muscatine, not only are you sure to get great service, but you're also supporting local.
Ta-da! Okay, so I'm excited that you were able to come today. Sorry about yesterday. that darn puppy. He does weigh like 80 pounds, and he's not even a year old. So he's growing. So I was glad that I got to weigh him, because I was like, he's got to be coming up on 100 pounds.
Oh my.
He's getting pretty big. But anyways, so we're gonna celebrate Wellness Wednesday on Thursday. And what could we call it? I don't know. I'm not feeling
Therapy Thursday.
Therapy Thursday. Okay. I like it. I like it. All right. So what are we going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about one of the classes that we offer at Impact Fitness and Nutrition, and we've partnered with Stick Mobility for 2 years now. I guess the quick story was that literally a week after Patrick was born, I'm going through the certification process for Stick Mobility. And
perfect.
First time mom, that was a fun weekend for her.
Yeah, I bet.
Said no one ever.
Yeah, I bet she was so glad.
Yeah.
So happy.
I don't think so. But nonetheless, so we have been offering Stick Mobility classes for 2 years now.
Yep.
2+ years. And the beauty about this is that creating strength, coordination, and mobility all in one product.
Yep.
And we devote an entire class to this. We offer it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The benefits have been, I don't want to say amazing. I don't want to say something so airy, I guess. But when you hear sort of the moans and groans of getting into a particular stretch, you go, oh my gosh, this feels so amazing.
Yep.
The Stick product allows you to be able to get into particular body positions and stretches that you wouldn't normally be able to achieve just in, there's nothing against yoga, but if you have stability problems, being able to hold a pose while doing a particular yoga pose, you may not find the benefit that you would getting into the same pose that you would with Stick Mobility.
Yeah. I love Stick Mobility.
Oh, and it's just not for the everyday lay person. The founders who are out in California, they work with NHL players, NFL, Major League Baseball players. On the golf side, Paul Casey, Jason Day, Dustin Johnson, those last two major winners. So there is a lot of science-backed theory in regards to how these sticks work, and it is just not using it as a prop.
Yeah.
There's so many things about it, and so we'll just start with a single stick.
Okay.
And so these sticks, they come in bundles. They don't bundle a 3-foot version of this, but it's based off of height. So basically at 5'10" and below, they recommend using 6-foot sticks, and we have 2 6-foot sticks here for you. We'll do a couple things, and using a 4-foot stick. For people 5'10" and above, they recommend using 7-foot sticks, and then 5-foot sticks. So you have the 4-foot stick.
Yep.
You are not anywhere close to 5'10".
So close.
So close.
I feel like I'm so close.
I'm 6 foot and a half inch with the hair today.
With the hair.
So I got the product working.
If I put my bun up here, maybe a little
if you
higher.
Put the bun up, you may be a little higher, yes. And so, what we want to talk about, you see so often in gyms, not just in the area, but everywhere. You see somebody that has maybe a PVC pipe that all they're doing is, doing one of these. There is no intention to what they're doing. If they're trying to work shoulder mobility, just moving this haphazardly, just doing this and this, doesn't fit the bill, and it doesn't accomplish what we want. So I'm going to have you do a simple overhead exercise. We use this to be able to open up not only the front of the body, but also the back and the shoulders. We also work on grip. So we'll talk about how we can change the intensity of this movement just by changing how much intensity we put into it. So during each class, we can do a simple range of motion, and we can also add a strength component. And again, that ties back to how intense it's basically a percentage of how hard you're gripping or how hard you're pulling the stick apart or pushing it together.
Sure.
So we're just going to do a simple overhead shoulder stretch, and I'm going to have you go with your hands just past hip width.
Okay.
How are we on camera? Do we have a better camera? All right, good. So what I want you to do is I want you to give me a shrug.
Okay.
So here's our shrug. I want you to press down. So this is our anti-shrug. So when we cue people at impact talking about shoulders down, this is what we mean, shoulders down. Now I want you to round the shoulders forward. Now, this is where we love to live when we're on our phones, when we're desk bound doing whatever work.
That's why I got my nasty hump.
Yeah, and very much a potential reason. As she pierces her lips and says, "I don't like my hump." So, but all kidding aside, so this is our shrug, anti-shrug. This is where we want to be, shoulder position. And so we don't want to be rounded, we want to pull the shoulders back. Now, as we pull the shoulders back, what we want to make sure is that we don't flare the chest and lose the integrity of our low back. So from here, all I'm going to ask is that we're going to rotate and bring the stick overhead. Now, what we're doing, we're going to hit a limit here in our shoulder mobility. I know very few people that could, at shoulder width, go back any farther than this. So what we want to do is that as we're pulling, we're going to what's called lengthen the stick. And we're just going to pull the stick apart 20%. This starts taking care of the back of the shoulders. And then as we bring it back down, as soon as we get to eye level, we push together and it begins to work the front. And so we'll do one more time. So pull at 20% effort. We're strong grip at 20%. And then we come back, push together. So everything is done with intent. There again, this stuff, all this doesn't do anything. So now what we'll do is we'll skip the next level, but we're going to go all the way out as far as we can. The key here is that I want all four fingers and your thumb to be able to wrap around. If the pinky comes out tea time, we're not getting the full function and the full benefit of our grip. So we're squeezing again, 20%. Shoulders are down and back. Lengthen the stick, 20%, and then do the same thing. So we're going to go overhead, and then you'll see a little bit more ability because of how the shoulder joint works, your ability to get back here. This is you. We have some athletes that are able to come back down to the low back. Every body is different. And so then, as you're pulling that stick apart, coming this way, getting the eye level, push together, and there again. So now we're getting a complete work of not only the front, but the back of the shoulders as we're going through this movement. Now, I can do this exercise. This is a good one just to increase range of motion. Now, increasing range of motion is good. That's what we're looking for. But when we increase that range of motion, and let's just say this gap is my new range of motion, what we've actually done is we've exposed the potential to injury now because we've increased this range of motion, but in this little area here, we're not strong yet. And so what we're going to do is now, by increasing the tension in your grip and how you approach lengthening and shortening the stick, now we start getting strength in that new range of motion, and that's what we're looking for. Range of motion good, strength in that new range of motion even better. So let's go ahead and do it again.
Okay.
I promise I'll try not to make you sweat on this.
Okay.
So we just did 20%, and 20% is basically, if you would say like holding on to an egg is like 5%, this is probably holding on to an apple, and that's 20%. As we start going through our movement, I want you now to double that. So now you knew where 20% is. I want you to double that to 40%. Okay. And now not only squeezing at 40%, but pulling that stick apart, lengthening the stick at 40%. Now, let's do the same thing. So you don't see any real difference on the camera, but you feel the difference. I can get people sweating doing a strength training workout with stick mobility just as much as I can during our normal performance classes with our sandbags. And then still that 40% squeeze, pulling apart. As soon as it gets to eye level, squeeze that together and back down. Now, I want you to double that, 80%. We're gonna go 80 to 100% as strong as we can grab, pull that stick apart. You begin to shake a little bit. You begin to go, oh my goodness. And then you're coming back. As soon as you get to eye level, squeeze that stick together. And there again, everything done with intent, in just a minute of intentional movement. We do far more than anybody just flailing around with a band or with a PVC pipe. So, I mean, this is a simple one with shoulders. The way a program or a class can work, we work from the ground up. So we work with the ankles, we work with the knees, we work with hips, low back. The quick discussion in regards to alternating joint theory, that our ankles are a stable joint. The ankles are a mobile joint. Our ankles can move in multiple planes. Knees are strong in one plane, and so that is a stable joint. Our hips are mobile. Low back, stable. Thoracic spine from roughly here to about here is a mobile joint. Then we get into the shoulders, those are stable. More through here being stable. The neck is mobile, and then it gets over into the shoulder, which is mobile, etc. So what we're able to do is we are able to lock down a particular mobile joint, and then be stable through that next stable joint, and then be able to move. And that's sort of like, we're going to lock down the hips, keep the low back stable, but then we're going to do the thoracic spine. So in that, I'm going to give you this one. We're going to do a great one for my golfers out there. This one is called slap shot. And so let's see, I'm going to have you face the camera here. So we're going to put the stick, and I'll grab, this one is here. We're going to grab the stick, and we're going to put it mid-back. Okay? Please don't fall. All right. Uh-oh.
Got it. Don't mind me. Fixed it.
There we go. Good. just a little
Just a little snafu.
All right, so now I want to have you, we're going to do feet together. So we're gonna do just even a small internal external exercise of rotation through the hips. So I want you to go toes out, heels out, toes out, heels out, toes out, and let's bring the heels out one more time. Good. So you're not doing the splits
Not yet.
For a cheerleader, right?
Yep.
So what we're gonna do, the stick's gonna go in the mid back.
Okay.
What I want you to do, you're gonna have soft knees. So when we do a hinge, the knees stay over the ankles. I want you to hinge back. So you're gonna push the booty back towards the avocados. Now, what I wanna make sure happens though is you're in a little bit lower back extension. There you go, good correction. So we're gonna hinge over. From this point right here, with the soft knees, we're locking down the hips. And so now, I want you to rotate and you're gonna bring this right hand down to the ground in front of you. And this is why it's called slap shot, very much a hockey type of position. But what is happening is that we're locking down the hips, the low back is nice and stable, but we're getting wonderful rotation here through the thoracic spine. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to push down in that right hand, 20 to 30% down into the ground. And I want you to pull this hand to the sky. So now we're opening up the back here, getting a great stretch through the shoulder. From this position, I want you to lunge towards me. So now we have your weight supported into the stick. The amount of how's this left shoulder feel?
It's definitely getting stretched out.
Definitely getting stretched out.
Yeah.
If you were to do this without the stick, we don't get the benefit of what we have pressing or pushing down through the stick into the floor and opening up here. Now, let's go back to the middle. And I want you to stay in that hinged position. You're going to rotate to where this left hand comes down to the front. There you go. So now we're just getting that other side taken care of. But you see, again, the hips are locked, lower back is stable, and then we're getting our good rotation here. When we have low back pain, and I'm going to get to low back pain here in a sec. So again, we're going to push down through the left hand, pull up with the right. Should feel a little love here. Now, I want you to lunge to the left. Now you feel even more love through this shoulder. And then come back. Stay in that hinged position. We're going to come back to parallel with the stick and then stand up tall. That is one of the simplest ones. It's called slap shot. Again, we are locking down the hips and getting good rotation through the thoracic spine. Circling back on low back pain. Why do we have low back pain? It's because we sit all the time.
Yeah.
Even if we're very, very active. Let's say it's a 2, 3, 4 hour drive, we're still locked in this position. Hips are in flexion. We're not getting any good movement. It's just, there's nothing we can do about it. Our daily job has us doing this, in a typical 9-hour day, besides lunch, how much of that is sitting down? So what happens is that we get extremely tight through the hip flexors. The low back basically is where it starts to announce that, hey, I have pain.
Yeah.
I think it's the percentage is like 80% of I'll say the human population, as far as whether you're active or not, has low back pain. It's because your mobile joint here and the mobile joint here through the thoracic spine are not talking well. So it's sort of the middle child. The lower lumbar is the middle child. So that the siblings are yelling at each other. Well, they're not happy, but that lower lumbar is not happy as well, because those other two are not getting along. When we can create disassociation and start getting good hip mobility work along with good thoracic spine, getting this ability to be able to move independently. I'm not saying that the low back pain goes away, not necessarily a silver bullet. There's other things that can crop up after that, but is certainly lessened when we take care and show some love to these mobile joints to help those stable joints. I mentioned our knees. We have knee pain too. Well, guess what? If you look above, mobile joint in the hips, mobile joint in the ankles, if we can show some love there, then we should be able to reduce our knee pain. Like I said, not a silver bullet. I'm not a doctor. Didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. but all of the learning that I have, and it's all science-based, that this holds true, that you start lessening those that pain and the achy feeling that you get. So we talked about disassociation. That's a great rotation exercise. I want to do one more here. Okay. This is for our lateral lines. Okay. And so we're going to do what's called bow and arrow. Okay. So I'll have you stand facing the camera. You're going to have your hand right in the middle of the stick, right at the label, and you're going to rotate your hand fully out here. I'm sorry, bring the stick with you. And this hand can be to the side. There we go. So what we're going to do is that you are hand width. Let's get the feet a little bit more underneath you. There you go. So tilt the stick over your head. Grab here. Now what I want you to do is I want you to kick the left hip out and the right hand towards me. There we go. And so we're opening up this entire lateral line here down into the hip. Feeling a lot of love there, right? This is all about love today.
Yes. Feel the love.
Feel the love. And so I talked about our ability, and I'll have you then actively pull that hand back and stand up. So now, we talked about how to be able to create intensity by our grip, by either how hard we grip this, how hard we pull apart, or try to shrink the stick. I'm going to increase the intensity on this exercise only by moving the stick. So now what we're going to do is that I want you to come halfway between this point and your foot. We're going to do the same thing. So bring the top of the stick over your head, kick the left hip out, and you're driving through here. So you're creating this wonderful intensity here. But again, now this lateral line into this top of the hip should be feeling a nice stretch. Now again, we're gonna pull that back in, bring it right next to your foot. Okay. And then we're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna reach over the top with that left hand. We're gonna kick out that left hip, and we're gonna drive through. I have done nothing other than you've been doing at 20%, basically holding that apple so it doesn't fall out of your hand. I've done nothing other than change the position of the stick. I've increased the intensity level of this stretch. And so there again, all down this lateral line down into the hip, and pull that hand back in. Again, intentional, I had you actively pull that in. One of the big things, even with stick mobility, and this also goes into our kettlebells and our sandbags, we do not let the equipment control us. We can get stronger by controlling the equipment through every bit of that range of motion. Yeah. So, I mean, you know this, when we have a bag or anything overhead, we just don't drop it down, we actively pull it. And it's the same principle there that we pull back in. Weightlifting. So this is a great product that you can prep your squats, you can prep your deadlifts. We don't have an appropriate way to be able to lock that down here. We might be able to do it as far as a deadlift. And so I'll bring in Autumn here for a second. I'm going to take your stick. Okay. And so what I want you, you don't need the stick. You don't need the stick. So you're going to hold this about 6 inches off the ground. Now, if we're in a squat rack, or if we use heavy kettlebells, now what I want you to do is that you're going to line up as if you would deadlift. Okay? So you're going to get your feet next to the bar, and you and I are going to hold down. So you're going to hinge. I want you to bring knee, perfect, right there. And we're going to be right here. So what is happening now is that if we're in the squat rack, and to prep your deadlift, what I want you to do is act like you're going to deadlift, and you're going to pull up. Because of the stick being able to bend, we're prepping everything back from the calves into the hamstrings into our hinge position, getting us ready, and then relax for our deadlift. So that's something that it's another benefit of the product. We don't have anything overhead. There's a move called a Dunphy squat that allows your ability to be able to irradiate tension properly as you get into the squat and then coming back out of it. It really teaches and reinforces what your body needs to feel. So, yeah, and so that's why we partnered with Stick Mobility. It's a phenomenal program. You know, we're always looking to bring more of our athletes into these classes. We know you can't always get there when the times are offered, but
I love the stretches. I mean, I love the stretches that it gives you.
We could do one for core, but we're not.
Yeah.
We can work with our dead bug body movement, and I'll light your core up in 30 seconds like it's never been lit up before, because there again, we're doing a movement with purpose and with intention. Yeah. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are our big stick mobility days. We try to offer for Tuesdays at 5:30 and 6:30 in the morning, same as our class times on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then we also offer at 4:30 in the afternoon. That's on Tuesdays. Today was at 8 o'clock, just prior to us getting here. And that's the only time we offer it on Thursday. Autumn and I get a little bit of a break during the week.
Oh, come on.
Being the husband-wife combo that we are in a small business. So, but nonetheless, we're always looking for those products that enhance and empower people to be able to stretch better and to move better.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Speaking of partnering,
drum roll, please.
Do you want to come in and talk about the ride this weekend and stuff? You can come in between us, and then our mics will pick you up.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi guys. So I won't forget about this. Hi. Oh, this is great. Okay, so Lord. Okay, so a lot of you know, every time that I'm on here and every time Scott and I are on here, we always talk about Walk to End. We're board committee members now for 2 years. I think it's been 2 years now. So we wanted to kickstart our fundraising for it now rather than waiting till September. So we are doing a Ride to End event.
I love it.
On Sunday, April 3rd. Check-ins at 1 o'clock. And if you don't know where we're located, we're in the Muscatine Mall. So it's actually easier to park behind Joann Fabrics, where the old lumber used to be. So that's the start of
that's the start of our ride.
Well, and then what is it called? The Riverwalk.
Oh, yeah.
Park. So it starts there. We're gonna ride our bikes to Riverfront and back. We also will have an indoor option for people who don't want to ride their bikes. So our coach Cindy is going to be doing a kind of a nice impact intro fitness class for the ones that want to stay at our gym, and then you don't want to ride the bikes. Thankfully, no rain, no snow. We're clear right now.
No rain, no snow.
Harper's Cycling already knows all about this, so he is ready for you guys to come down, dust off your bikes, fill up the tires. He will be there, ready to go. I think you're taking yours today to get some love. What we're asking is there's no registration amount, but we are asking people to at least donate $10 minimum, just for all the proceeds are going to go to Walk to End Alzheimer's for the Alzheimer's Association.
Yep.
Check-ins at 1. We'll start the ride about 1:30. Approximately everyone back by 2:15, and then we'll have some drinks and snacks, refreshments afterwards
Love
as
it.
well. This is strictly just fun. We'll have some raffle prize opportunities as well from local businesses, and this is just a fun way for us to kickstart and also for people to get to know Scott and I.
Yeah.
Everyone knows you though, so it's fine. Still can't. It was.
Nah.
We even went to Elton John this past weekend. We had breakfast, and in Des Moines, thinking we won't run into anyone. we ran into friends.
Yeah. Perfect.
It's a small world.
Yeah, it is.
And
It
then-
is.
But, I was gonna say, and with the bike ride, this is just a fun bike ride. It's gonna be 10 miles.
Yeah.
Then we'll follow all the way through Weed Park, down by the railroad tracks, and all the way down to the riverfront. We'll have a turnaround, then we'll come back. There's no competitive atmosphere. This is just a wonderful little bike ride.
This is fun.
Yep. This is all for fun.
Yes.
Fun and raising some money for a good cause.
And also, if you are interested while you're there, we will have registration opportunities for the walk that we're going to be having in September. So we're very excited for this. So it's September 23rd. I think it's the same weekend as Almost Friday Fest. I think it's all blending in together again, which is awesome.
Yes.
So we will have plenty of these opportunities to get you registered onto whether it's our team, whether it's someone else's team, or you want to start your own team.
Yeah.
We will be there to help out with that as well to
Love
get
it.
you registered. So ride to end, go down to Harper's.
This
Get
week.
your bikes ready.
Yep.
It's this Sunday from 1 to 2:30. We'll start our riding bikes at 1:30. Just park behind the old JCPenney, like the
Where the
Joanne
lab
Fabrics,
is.
where the lab is. So
Yep.
park behind there.
Awesome.
We also have a back entrance to our gym and a front entrance, so you can walk into the mall, whichever you prefer.
Just don't ride in the mall.
Yeah, do not ride your bikes in the mall.
Come on.
So many rules. So many
rules inside the mall.
So yes, and then we will have an indoor option for ones that do not want to ride their bikes,
Gotcha.
but they do want to still get a little fun fitness in.
Yeah.
Coach Cindy will lead that class, so.
Very cool. Well, I think this is super fun, and I think it brings in a new crowd of people who love to bike ride. We have a really big bike riding community in Muscatine, so this is cool, and it's a good intro. 10 miles is a great introduction into bike riding season.
It's pretty flat,
I
so.
mean, yeah, it's pretty flat ride. My dog, he only can do that in her sleep. So if you're thinking about bringing some of your older kids or whatever, she totally does that ride all the time. So
this is for anyone, everyone.
Yeah.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier.
All proceeds go to the Alzheimer's Association.
Cool. So just be there at 1 o'clock to register, make your donation, all that fun stuff, and get ready to cruise off into the sun, not sunset. Cruise off into the sun.
It might be
'Cause it's gonna be
a little sunny.
It's going to be sunny.
It will be.
It's going to be beautiful. I've decided.
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Done. So yeah, that's going to be cool.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we'll
And
see you all
walk
this
in.
weekend on Sunday. Very cool. Well, I am so glad you guys joined us this Thursday. It's been a fun one. We learned some mobility, feeling a little more stretched out, ready for my day. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. So until then, though, remember that kindness is free. So spread that stuff wherever you go.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.